Prior to his election as Pope Leo XIV, Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost was Prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops. Here is the biography of the 267th Bishop of Rome. The first Augustinian Pope, Leo XIV, is the second Roman pontiff after Pope Francis from the Americans. Unlike George Mario Bergoglio, however, the 69-year-old Robert Francis Prevost is from the northern part of the continent, though he spent many years as a missionary in Peru before being elected head of the Augustinians for 2 consecutive terms. First Augustinian Pope. The new Bishop of Rome was born on September 14, 1955, in Chicago, Illinois, to Luis Marius Prevost, of French and Italian descent, and Mildred Martinez, of Spanish descent. He has 2 brothers, Louis Martin and John Joseph. He spent his childhood and adolescence with his family and studied first at the minor seminary of the Augustinian Fathers and then at Villanova University in Pennsylvania, where in 1977 he earned a degree in mathematics and also studied philosophy. On September 1st of the same year, Prevost entered the novitiate of the Order of St. Augustine in St. Louis, in the province of Our Lady of Good Counsel of Chicago, and made his first profession on September 2nd, 1978. On August 29th, 1981, he made his solemn vows. The future pontiff received his theological education at the Catholic Theological Union in Chicago. At the age of 27, he was sent by his superiors to Rome to study canon law at the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas. In Rome, he was ordained a priest on June 19, 1982, at the Augustinian College of St. Monica by Archbishop Jean Jadot, then pro-president of the Secretariat for Non-Christians, which later became the Pontifical Council for Interreligious Dialogue and then the Dicastery of Interreligious Dialogue. Prevost obtained his licentiate in 1984, and the following year, while preparing his doctoral thesis, was sent to the Augustinian mission in Chilcanas, Piura, Peru in 1985 to 1986. In 1987, he defended his doctoral thesis on the role of the local prior in the Order of St. Augustine and was appointed Vocation Director and Missions Director of the Augustinian province of Mother of Good Counsel in Olympia Fields, Illinois. The following year, he joined the mission in Trujillo, also in Peru, as director of the Joint Formation Project for Augustinian candidates from the vicariates of Chilcanas, Iquitos, and Apurimac. Over the course of 11 years, he served as prior of the community in 1988 to 1992, formation director from 1988 to 1998, and instructor for professed members 1992 to 1998. And in the Archdiocese of Trujillo as judicial vicar 1989 to 1998 and professor of canon law, patristics, and moral theology at the major seminaries San Carlos and San Marcelo. At the same time, he was also entrusted with the pastoral care of Our Lady Mother of the Church, later established as the parish of St. Rita in 1988 to 1999 in a poor suburb of the city, and was parish administrator of Our Lady of Montserrat from 1992 to 1999. Meanwhile, on October 4, 2023, Pope Francis appointed him as a member of the Dicasteries for Evangelization, for the Doctrine of the Faith, for the Eastern Churches, for the Clergy, for Institutes of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life, for Culture and Education, for Legislative Texts, and of the Pontifical Commission for the Vatican City-State. Finally, on February the 6th of this year, the Argentine Pope promoted him to the Order of Bishops, granting him the title of the Suburbicarian Church of Albano. 3 days later, on February the 9th, he celebrated the Mass presided over by Pope Francis in St. Peter's Square for the Jubilee of the Armed Forces, the second major event of the Holy Year of Hope. During the most recent hospitalization of his predecessor at the Gemelli Hospital, Prevost presided over the Rosary for Pope Francis's health in St. Peter's Square on March the 3rd.